World Designs. Oi! This episode of the Brutal Reality Digest Online podcast is brought to you by New World Designs, Vancouver's finest selection of retro-inspired fashion. Located on West Hastings Street, New World is locally owned and operated and just plain radical. They strive to bring the best in vintage reproduction brands such as Collective, Voodoo Vixen, Hell Bunny, Band Apparel, Betty Page Clothing, and more. They can also hook you up with accessories like jewelry from local designers. Aw, yeah! New World Designs is also a recognized safe place by the Vancouver Police Department, as they are inclusive to all who wish to embrace this retro look. Don't live in Vancouver? Unfortunately, neither do I. Luckily, New World Designs now offers an online store. That's right, head on over to nwdvan.com and she can ship your groovy new clothing right to your door. Still not satisfied? Tell your pals at Brutal Reality Digest sent you by using the coupon code STAYRAD and get a 10% discount. Now that's a spanking deal, folks. Once again, that's nwdvan.com, or if you're lucky enough to live right in Vancouver, head on down to 434 West Hastings Street and say hello to Jen and her lovely crew. That's New World Design.
Welcome to Brutal Reality Digest Online with your host, Josh Potter.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Brutal Reality Digest Online podcast, also known as Bird Drug. And I'm flying solo again, and I am pleased to welcome the one, the only, James Myer from the band Sessions and Berserker. How's it going today, man?
Oh man, I am good. How are you doing?
Quite well, man. It's a nice mild day here in Red Deer, Alberta, so it's not... I haven't left the house, but I assume it's mild just by looking outside.
Dude, same here in Lethbridge. I'm actually doing this interview in my car because, you know, as a 35-year-old playing in punk bands, I live in a basement suite, as is the standard. So there's like some kids that live above me, so they're like super loud. So I'm just, you know, sitting out in my car. It's actually really nice. I've got coffee with me. Hit the bong before I got here. Going to be a good interview.
I didn't know that you were in your car this whole time. I've just been kind of dragging out the prelude here. Kind of feel like a dick now. Thanks for the heads up.
No, it's a beautiful day out. I'm enjoying this.
Windows down?
No, I got the windows up because, like, one of these neighbor guys is putting up Christmas lights, which, I mean, he's probably going to start swearing soon because he doesn't look like he's having fun. So,
the joys of the Yuletide decorations. Good times.
No, it's just the fucking worst, man.
I actually got into it this year. I didn't have anything else going on, so I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going balls to the wall on the Christmas lights. So I went a little overboard, but I'm loving it.
Yeah, I mean, like, right now, perfect time to do it. But, like, a regular year, I don't think I would want to because it just seems like a lot of fucking work, and I'm a busy guy, you know?
You don't want to decorate your one window that leads to the outside or whatever you got in your basement suite?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm a single guy. Like, who am I putting the Christmas tree up for? Like, come on. Some presents under there to myself? Like, fuck.
And there's not a great, well, it's pretty iffy whether or not you'll be able to go to mom and dad's house this Christmas. Guess we'll see what happens in the next month, but it's unknown.
Yeah, I mean, like, my dad lives alone as a single guy, so I think, like, we can, like, go hang out with each other if we're like, hey, this is the one guy I'm allowed to hang out with. And then me and my dad can just chill on Christmas and we'll just watch Star Trek or some shit.
Oh, okay. You got a backup plan.
Oh, yeah.
Here's to being single and alone.
Oh,
I'm neither of those
actually
things.
Fucking fantastic, man. I was in relationships for a long time, and I got to tell you, they're like kind of a hassle sometimes. I mean, they're cool. You know that. You're married and shit. They're like, they can be cool, but like they're kind of a hassle. So like right now I'm enjoying this. Like I've been single for almost a full year, and it's fucking been great.
So what you're saying is you sleep in a racing car.
You sleep in a big bed with your wife? Why?
James Van Houten over here. He's living that single life. He's a big deal down at the Cracker
I borrow a
Factory.
feeling? I fucking wish, man. Free crackers. Oh, that would be the thing.
Hashtag Simpsons meme page. Hell yeah, man.
That's all I do, by the way.
Yeah, me too. I saw your sharing one the other day, and that's like a deep cut. I don't even think that was a regular episode. The Fly Girl Mo giving one of these.
All right, here's the 411, folks. Say some gangster is dissing your fly girl. You just give him one of these. Ooh, hey, ooh.
I can't even remember what that episode that's from. It's like, I think it's the one where he's like teaching the marriage course and Mo's teaching like how to dance like a fucking one of the outsiders or whatever. Or West Side Story shit. I can't remember.
And we can thank the internet for memeing the shit out of it. But it still hasn't got old for me.
Yeah. No, like, I can still go back and watch the same fucking Simpsons episode I've seen 50 times, and that shit's still funny to me, so.
Yeah, there's like, for me, it's like season 2 to about season 12. So I have them all on like a little flash drive, and me and my wife watch them like every night, but I can't watch the new ones personally. I think they're awful.
Dude, there was like I think season 12, like after that, there's a showrunner change, and then the style of the show changes, and it's just not the same.
Yeah, once they got, they used to have like Conan O'Brien at the helm and stuff, so it was understandably hilarious with him running it, and then, yeah, now it's just kind of like, they're just collecting their money, not even really trying anymore.
Yeah, and a lot of it. What I need to do is make something that's like really good, and then just fucking milk it for all the money it's worth.
Isn't that
until it becomes shitty and dead and not... Yeah.
Isn't that why you started your band, Sessions and Berserker? Perfect segue.
That's entirely the reason. We were just like, well, fuck, if we release one good album, we'll make a shit ton of money, and then we can just Metallica the rest of the way through our careers, you know?
Has it happened yet?
No, not yet. We're still working on getting the good album out.
It's coming, though, folks. It's coming. Down the pipeline.
Yeah, no, we're pretty stoked. Like, Berserker's got a brand new album. That's one coming out. It's the very first Berserker album, which is pretty cool. And, like, we were planning on playing shows and touring and shit, but, you know, COVID. So we're like, fuck it, let's just hit the studio. So that's what we did. And we ended up recording 11 tracks and get it all produced and mastered and all that shit. And it's finally coming out on December 11th. So that's pretty cool.
That's what I heard. And that's why you're on the show today to talk about that album. So Berserker is for you crazy Lethbridge guys. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm the newest member of Berserker. Berserker's got, like, a long history. They first formed in, like, 2009 or something. I was not in the band when they were first a thing. I remember going to see them in shows back in the day and being like, holy shit, this is the best band in Lethbridge. So it's kind of cool to be in it now. But they broke up for, like, 10 years. There was 5 of them originally. And one of their guitar players didn't come back. So John, our singer, he started playing guitar as well. And their bass player, he's a busy guy, so he couldn't come back. And they're like, hey, you want to play bass? I'm like, yeah, all right, let's do that. So that was about a year ago. And we had just like, they had a bunch of songs written, but they had never recorded them. So we had to rewrite all fucking 11 songs pretty much. There was like 7 of them that they had like a cell phone recording of a video, like from a show they played. And so they sent that to me and they're like, try to learn these. And I'm like, I'm not fucking doing that. Just show me the riffs, right? And so they did, and we ended up writing, we had to rewrite 4 of the songs completely because they had no recordings, and like, 10 years of beer, none of them remembered how to play the songs anymore. So
yeah, guitar player is also in Sessions. So was he in Berserker the whole time, or did you guys kind of like a joint package you both joined?
Well, yeah, like I refuse to let Brian play in a band I'm not in because I like feel like he'll ditch me. But no, they formed Berserker back. It was Brian and John's idea. John, the singer, and Brian, the guitar player from both my bands. It was their idea. They put the songs together. They wrote them all originally. So Brian's one of the founding members too. And Bo, our drummer, also one of the founding members. So all 3 of them are originals, and I'm the only new guy. So.
Okay. I didn't know your whole story.
Yeah, we're a fucking weird ass band. They had, like I said, John used to be just a roaming singer kind of thing. He wasn't playing guitar. And they had another guitar player, but they didn't want to come back. And they were just like, fuck it. John knows how to play guitar. So he just started doing that.
So he is playing guitar now in the band?
He is now, yeah. Like when the band originally formed, he was not. But rather than trying to find a replacement guitar player, he just played guitar. And he's a fucking great guitar player. He's been playing in bands for years. He's been in like Atrophy Manuscript and Super Void and a bunch of shit like that. So he's been doing this for years. He's no slouch.
Just the reason why I asked that, because folks at home, you should definitely check out their new video for the song "We Are the Empire." He's not playing guitar in that video, so that's why I was a little bit confused about that setup.
Yeah, he's not playing guitar in the video because he just likes running around as a singer sometimes, but he does play guitar on the entire album and on that track. Like, the recording has him playing guitar, but he's just not in the video because he just thought it'd be fun to run around like an idiot. And it was.
It looks like if anybody sticks around till the end of that song, he's hanging upside down, and I was wondering if he actually hurt himself because it looks like he fell right on his own head when he's hanging upside down from the rafters.
Right, so that had to be the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life, like in real time. Like, because he's right in front of me when he's doing it, and he hangs upside down from the rafters, and like, we didn't clean those rafters before he tried to do it, so they were like super dusty. We're in this like dank ass basement, right? He just slipped immediately, and he face plants. Like he hit hard, and he fell backwards, like curled backwards into the drum kit. But he didn't stop singing. He just got up and he kept going. Like, we didn't even cut the tape. We kept filming.
Yeah, you see it at the end, and it's like, ooh, that actually looked like it may have hurt quite significantly.
I mean, like, we were enough beers into the night that like it was tomorrow's problem at that point, you know. Even if he hurt himself, he was fine, you know.
Well, I mean, you can't be in a hardcore band and then like lay on the ground whimpering. Like, it's not good aesthetic, you know.
No, it was funny. Like, I kept playing, and Brian tried to help him up, and then he's like, "Nah, fuck, let's just keep going." So Brian's like, "All right, fuck it," went back to playing, and yep, we finished the rest of that take.
You sure did, man. You sure did. Well,
the second time we did that same scene again, like we retook it, and when he hung that time, he just hung from his hands. I think he was a little scared, you know. You followed your face once, you learn a lesson.
Yeah, fool me once, shame on you.
Yeah, no, we had a lot of fun. Just like you know, the girls in the video are basically just girlfriends and wives of the band members and like shit like that. So we're just, you know, threw a party in the drummer's basement and fucking turned some cameras on, and that's how you make videos in Lethbridge during COVID.
Yeah, now you can't even do that, so good thing you got it done.
Yeah, now we can't get together to hang out. So we literally did that, like, we filmed that video 4 days before the new measures came in, so we're lucky.
Yeah, you don't want to be a berserker super spreader. Or maybe that is on brand.
We're trying, yeah, we like, I don't know. I mean, we're crazy people, but we're not like that crazy. So we're doing our best, trying not to get each other sick and shit. And like, you know, we're hoping to like keep it to like people, you know, that were within our own groups, like people we're normally with anyway. And then, but now we can't even do that. So
yeah, the whole cohort thing is confusing.
Well, it's not like we called our extended friend group up and we're like, hey, everybody, let's fucking get together and throw a massive party. We're like, okay, there's like 9 of us here, and we're all people that see each other on a pretty damn regular basis anyway, kind of thing. So
yeah, for sure. And if you got the sniffles or you can't smell James's farts, then stay home.
If you can't smell my farts, there's something seriously wrong with you.
That's more than COVID. That's gotta get into.
Yeah, oh man, these are awful. It's mostly coffee and bacon problems, you know. I don't eat very healthy.
Sounds like a single guy in a basement suite problem. I've been that guy.
Yeah. Plus all those fancy beers I've been trying, you know, it's just, oof. It's probably why I've been single for a year, to be honest with you.
Just one Dutch oven too many, and now words got out.
Yeah.
You got to get a girlfriend from two towns over.
It's funny the first times, but yeah. Probably the first few times, but then your girlfriend leaves you, and you're like, oh, well, I guess I should have done that 20 times.
Yeah, the first 7 times were all fun and games, and then when the permanent brain damage happened from the lack of oxygen, not so funny anymore.
Yeah, at some point a Dutch oven does become like some sort of like domestic abuse, I think, if you do it too much, you know?
I think so, man. It's like psychological and physical damage that can't be repaired.
Yeah, there's like, can you imagine just like every time you pulled over a blanket, all you can think of is like, oh, I'm going to smell that fart, you know? It's just like, you can't sleep under those conditions. It's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Well, speaking of farts, let's talk a little bit more about Hollywoodland, your fresh new album.
Yeah, so we went in, I want to say it was probably like, it was March or April. Like, it was right after the lockdown hit, and we were like, fuck it, let's just go record. we had a couple shows booked in like April there, and obviously that all got canceled out. So we went and talked to our buddy Quint. We've all known him for years. He's a recording artist here in Lethbridge. And we're like, hey, man, we're fucking bored as shit. We got nothing to do. We can't play shows. Can we come make this album? He's like, yeah, man, I got nothing going on right now either because my bands can't do anything. So we went in there. We recorded with them. We did it like, it was kind of like a live take album, you know, where like we just all played there and we jammed out the set. And we were all recording at the same time. The only thing we did post was vocals. So we did it all like live from the floor kind of thing. And it was like, we hammered it out quick. Like we just played it and it sounded good. And we're like, okay, cool. And then shipped it off to a guy named Stu McKillop out in Vancouver. He works at a place called like Rain City Recorders. And yeah, he did a fucking phenomenal job of mastering. I'm actually pretty stoked on both Quint and Stu. The guys we worked with on this album did fucking phenomenal work. And I'm really excited for people to hear it because I mean, we wrote the songs, but they made them sound good. So it was a really cool experience, and we're pretty excited to get this out in a couple weeks here.
Yeah. So you just put it out on your own record label. What was it? Jam Hall Records? Yeah.
I mean, like we've been renting the same fucking hall for 10 years to play music between all the various bands that we've all been in. So we just call it the Jam Hall, and we always have. And a lot of times we just end up self-releasing something. So when we do, we're just like, it's on Jam Hall Records. So that's what it's on.
I'm pretty sure that's how Epitaph started, by just being a label or a logo they put on their CDs. Bad Religion did, so you never know. Maybe Jam Hall will be the next Epitaph.
Oh fuck! I can only hope.
That's possible, right?
We do release nothing but high quality Sessions and Berserker albums. So I think what else is on Jam Hall Records? Nothing right now. Probably Dirty Specials. There's another band in there called the Dirty Specials, and they spell their name wrong, and I don't know how to spell it, but they're on Jam Hall Records too. They probably got an album coming out soon. They're like a rock band, you know. They're like one of those like we're gonna play some rock tunes and just fucking chill out kind of bands. They're really cool. I like them.
So what's the significance of the name of the album?
Hollywoodland? There is none whatsoever. So John was making the album cover, which is just, I don't know if you've seen this album cover yet, but it's fucking ridiculous. It's just like a bunch of historical figures. And the scene is like, it's the JFK parade where he gets shot, and he's like driving through Washington. But like John just put the Hollywoodland sign in the background as like part of the scene. And he was just fucking around. And we're like, well, it's already on the album. We might as well just call it that.
But really no significance. Just trying to be edgy.
There's no significance to Hollywoodland at all. It was just John put the Hollywoodland logo in the background because he thought it was funny. And that's what we named the album.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Actually, not really interesting at all, but I like the way you told the story.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was very good storytelling for a lousy story, but
I mean, like, you got to spice things up a little bit, or else my life is fucking boring as shit.
Like, that's the metaphor for my band's music. You know, you presented it in a good way, but it's shit, you know? I suffer from the same problem. Oh, yeah. Polished turds. Well, not even polished, like half polished turds.
Do you know what? Last night, I'm talking to Jay, the drummer from Sessions, and he didn't know your song Lawn Dart, so I sent it to him, and now he's a fan of your song Lawn Dart.
Fuck you, Doug.
Lawn Dart!
Yeah, that's our pride and joy for sure.
It's one of my favorite songs of all time.
That song's about a guy who's actually now he's singing for another band that I'm in, the Off Sailors, and he's a Brutal Reality contributor. He might be listening to this.
Is he really?
And he used to love just getting destroyed, and then sometimes, well, the one time in particular, we used to have this place. It was like the Peasant Palace, we called it. Is out, and there was like a bunch of us rented this acreage, and we just got destroyed and jammed and had shows there and stuff. It's a good time. But he was like moshing around, and he literally fell like a lawn dart, like right into the wall, like fucking head first, feet up high in the air. And I was like, oh my God, like, is he dead? And he just popped right back up, grabbed another beer, and just wasn't phased at all. So that song came to be.
Fucking amazing.
And it turns out
that's a good story.
Turns out we accidentally stole that riff from a No Effects song, but whatever. They didn't suit us yet.
Oh, fuck. That's all Sessions does, man. We're like the worst NoFX cover band you'll ever hear.
Well, I mean, there's only so many chords or notes, right? So eventually they're going to get used again.
I mean, like, we're playing punk rock, man. Like, what do you want us to do? We're going to sound like NoFX or Lagwagon or Satanic Surfers at some point, man. It's just like how it is. That's what we were listening to growing up, so.
Yeah. I had a new one the other day. I did this riff came into my mind, so I quickly demoed it and sent it to a buddy, and then I was like thinking about it later. I'm like, this is just another one of my own songs. Like I actually subconsciously ripped off one of my own songs from 6 years earlier. I'm like, oh fuck, I already did this song. Whoops. It was different enough that you wouldn't have tell, but it's like this is exact same chord progression, exact same melody. Whoops.
Brian did that too recently, whereas like Berserker is like more of a hardcore band where Sessions just plays whatever punk we're feeling at the time. And on our first album, we had a hardcore song called QC and Dub. And recently we were like fucking around at a Berserker jam, and Brian's like, I was thinking of this new riff. And he starts playing like a riff that's almost exactly the riff from QC and Dub. And I'm like, man, you already wrote that song. You don't get to write it again.
Unless
we cover it in our other band.
There you go. You just doubled your content.
You should cover some Chip Change next Trash Ambulance show.
You know what? Whatever. Nobody cares. We're actually been talking about reviving a couple of them just for fun, because the new drummer we got, he actually, like, his crew of dudes used to come to Chimp Change shows back in the day, so they all like a lot of our songs. So we're like, fuck, we should just have those on the back burner to bust out when they're in the crowd and see what happens.
Hey, might as well, right? Like, you got them all recorded up there. Everybody can listen to them, learn them, and play them again.
Oh, yeah. Well, 66% of us in Trash Ambulance now were a part of Chimp Change, so it's not that big of a stretch.
Yeah.
And there's your Red Deer shitty punk rock lesson, folks at home. Thanks for tuning in. Well, they shut this off hours ago.
There's fucking 4 people in the Red Deer punk scene, so.
And they're very passionate, and I've got bands with all of them.
Yeah, it is very passionate. That's what's going on down here in Lethbridge too, though. Like, I'm in half the punk bands in Lethbridge, and the other half consists of, like, I don't know, it's like the same group of 15 people that make up the entire punk scene in Lethbridge. But that's cool because they're 15 like awesome people who are super dedicated to the scene. So,
well, the shitty thing is, well, I guess it's not shitty. It's just part of insert Blink-182 lyrics. I guess this is growing up. Fucking people got those things called wives now, and infants and jobs and whatnot. So maybe they're not into, slamming fucking pilsners in the back alley till 4 a.m. anymore. I don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, they're wrong, but like, I guess I understand.
So wrong.
They're definitely wrong. Somebody offers you a pilsner in a back alley, you just drink it.
That's true. I don't even drink beers like that anymore. But I mean, if you were to offer me one in the back alley, it'd be insanely rude for me to say no. That's just the way it is.
Next time I see you, I'll have a fucking pilsner waiting in my jacket for you.
Can't wait. 2022 is going to be a good year.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. It's probably going to be that long, eh? When was the last time you and I played a show together? That was like 2019, summer, I think.
Early 2019, I think, maybe. It was right around the time we
I think it was
a little cassette tape, whenever that was, in June or something.
Yeah, I think it was June 1st was our show at Moose Hall in Lethbridge.
I remember vividly because that was when remember there was all those fires in BC, and it was like a fucking crazy smoke show. Like, we played in Edmonton, and it's like, couldn't even see like 5 feet in front of you. It was just like fucking crazy smoke. So, I mean, at least we don't have that going this time. I mean, we got a deadly pandemic and you can't do anything, but at least we're not. I guess some people are choking, so I guess it sucks no matter what.
At least I can sit outside this time, which is nice. I just can't have anybody near me while I'm doing it.
Yeah. Which is pretty common for you.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's normal. That's no bad. Fuck.
Awesome. So I guess I know you jokingly said there's not much of a scene, but like, what can people expect from the Lethbridge music scene? Because there's got to be some passion there with the people that are making music in
honestly,
your town.
I say that, but I'm just fucking joking around, man. The scene in this town is really strong. It's just, I don't know how to put it. Like, I'm sure you deal with this exact same thing in a city the size of Red Deer, where in Edmonton you have like actual music scenes. Like there's the punk scene, there's the metal scene, there's the rap scene, and Calgary's the same way where they're like, these are independent scenes. Well, we don't fucking have that. We just simply can't. We hang out with the country artists, we hang out with the metal artists, we all hang out together and get shows together because we're very diversified in like what we like, but we're just not a huge city. So we have to work together to make it work. And everybody's really cool about that. And it's really awesome scene to be a part of.
Okay. Yeah, Red Deer needs some work on that.
Oh, do you guys not get along? Do country artists and punk artists fight each other?
I wouldn't say it's we get along, but I don't know if there's that much integration. But mainly, there's just not a big punk scene at the moment. So we have high hopes for once all these restrictions are lifted, whenever that may be. There's going to be more of a unification for sure. It has to happen. Otherwise, the venues won't survive. And just the culture of a city that's not known for its culture, like it needs to happen. So I'm looking forward to the future once it can happen. But yeah, we're a little bit smaller than you guys, I think.
You're actually bigger. I looked it up.
Well, I thought you overtook it.
You guys have more people according to the government of Alberta websites, but it's like slight. It's not very much. We're basically the same fucking city.
I thought we lost that crown to you guys, but maybe we kind of just flip-flop back and forth.
I think like we're a huge college university town, so like sometimes we have like an extra 10, 15,000 people, and sometimes we don't. So I think that shit goes back and forth.
Sometimes people just blow away from the extreme wind.
Yeah, like as a very skinny man, like there's a good chance I'll just die one day in a wind accident.
Just get carried away.
Yeah,
by the wind.
Yeah, it happens all the time. I'm not even joking. I was walking with my nephew one time, and I was holding his hand because he was like 2 years old, and we are walking, and this kid's like 30 pounds or whatever the hell 2-year-olds are, and he just like gets picked up by the wind. Like if I wasn't holding on to his hand, that kid would have been gone.
Fucking insane.
Like it's fucking violent down here, man.
Why is that, anyways?
I have no idea. I failed all of my meteorology courses.
You don't got the look of a weather girl, anyways.
No, but yeah, you're right. Like I actually do look good in a dress, but we'll talk about that some other time.
I don't doubt it, and I don't judge.
Man,
my friend.
I've got a few videos I can send you, but
I feel like I've seen some images on social media.
Yeah, there's an old Sessions video where I'm wearing a sundress, I believe.
That might have been what I saw.
And we were filming another Sessions video, and we were filming it outside, and it was for a song off our new album. And we were I was gonna dress again, and it was a tight cocktail dress this time. And we filmed about half of it, and it was super nice and sunny out. And then like a fucking snowstorm hit the next day, so we just haven't finished filming it.
Wait until the next year.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to like redo the whole thing.
Maybe don't.
I'll keep the dress.
It's kind of hilarious. We did that with one of our videos. We kind of shot it like a couple months apart, and then the guy that was shooting it was like, "Oh, we need to like, for continuity." I'm like, "Oh, fuck continuity. It's hilarious if there's no continuity." We just did that. If you ever want to watch the shorts video for Burning Nickels, zero continuity.
I think I have seen that one, yeah.
Well, you wouldn't forget it. It's me with my monkey tail beard.
Oh, man. Next time you do a Burning Nickels record, I'm going to do a guest spot vocal, okay?
Yes. I insist.
Okay.
We put out a lot of shit. But yeah, man, we're at about the half-hour mark. That's where we like to keep these BRD, Bird Drop interviews. But do you got any final messages for the folks at home about your new album or whatever you got going on? Yeah, I mean,
just thanks again for having me on here. This has been fucking awesome. It's always fun to talk to you. But thanks for promoting the album for us. We got Berserker, Hollywoodland comes out on December 11th. It'll be on all digital platforms. We can sell you a CD too, but fucking not until the government lets me actually contact you or whatever, or whenever this COVID allows that. Then we'll start selling you CDs again. But you can order shit on if you want to. But yeah, it'll be out December 11th on all platforms. Right now, we got a couple of singles out already. You can fucking listen to What singles did I drop, Josh? We Are the Empire. That came out yesterday. And
Knife something.
yesterday at the time of recording this interview, I guess.
Knife in the Suburbs.
Knife in the Suburbs, yeah. Yeah, that was the other one. So we've got those two singles out there available on all those streaming platforms or whatever, Spotify, Bandcamp, whatever the hell you listen to. And yeah, those are out. Plus, Sessions has like 3 albums that we've released, all EPs or whatever. You can go check those out. Those are on every streaming platform too.
Hell yeah, man. Well, yeah, we're all hoping shit gets better. So everybody, do your part. Let's get this shit over with so we can play some fucking live shows again before we're all old and decrepit.
Yeah, just fucking do what I've been doing, which is, sitting around on your couch in your underwear, playing video games. Like, how many chances of your life are you going to get to do that? It's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, how often are you getting encouraged to do that?
I mean, I encourage it every day, but it's not often the government does.
All right, man. Well, yeah, I appreciate you taking the time. And best of luck with the release, and I'm sure we will talk again very soon.
Hell yeah, buddy. It's good to talk to you. Let's play a show whenever the hell we're allowed to.
Sounds great, buddy. You stay safe out there.
All right. Talk to you later.
Peace. Thanks once again for tuning in to another episode of Bird Drop. Make sure to check out the physical zine, or else check out BrutalRealityDigest.com for more zany material. Until next time, this has been Josh Hotta and the Bird Drop crew.
Oh, man, I am good.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, man, I am good.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, man, I am good.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, man, I am good. How are you doing?
Interesting.